Hello. Welcome back. This is the AgostinhoZinga show, of course, my YouTube channel. You know the vibe, you know what it is. It's I, your favorite host of the day. Today we are luckily, wonderfully streaming Daniel Lee's first show for Burberry as creative director. It's been a long time coming. I'm sure most of you who have kind of followed me and my kind of impression about the whole thing know what my thoughts are about the old DL in terms of his time at Bottega Veneta and how that ended quite badly. But this is a new leaf. He's turning over and he's decided to debut his show today as one of, I think, the last shows, if I'm not mistaken, at London Fashion Week. I'm pretty sure Burberry does close London Fashion Week, so this should be the big one. And as I can tell by looking at the screen here right now, it looks like it's absolutely ram jammer. Like there's many people there right now. I'm eager to see what Daniel Lee's vision of Burberry is going to be like. So it's definitely going to be a barnstormer. Looking forward to it. I'm actually interested to see who's actually going to be doing the music for it as well going forward. Will this be a DJ? Will this be a soundtrack? Not really too sure. We'll see a lot of famous people on the runway also, similar to what we saw via this. What was it? No, it's this one, right? I think it was this little relaunch that he put together featuring a lot of illustrious people that I think most of you guys will know, from the Raheem Sterlings to the Shy Girls to the Skeptors and whatnot, and a few other nondescript Caucasian people who I'm not really too sure who they are, but I'm sure they do great and wonderful things. So that should be amazing to get forward on. And I guess the only kind of insight we have on what his vision will be like will be this article from Vogue that came out a few months ago, right? Was that a few months ago? Yeah, in December. That kind of told his kind of way of thinking of what he's looking at in terms of going forward with Burberry. So we might just check that out as well. And I've also got some past collections here that I'm probably going to have a look at and see what the vibe is. Actually, let's take this off. We don't need this, do we? We don't need that because we already got it up on the live stream. But I've also got some of the past collections here as well that I'm also going to take a look at, just to kind of see what the vibe is like overall prior. But to be fair to Daniel Lee, he's got a bit of a layup. I look at some of the stuff, just a quick scan across, and Burberry's been terrible for a long time. It's been absolutely garbage, like legit garbage. So he's got an extremely good layup where he doesn't, he can't do any much worse than what flipping Riccardo Tisci did for his last show. Like, look at this cover image. Just look at that cover image. Everything from the sandals to the pants to that top. Like, look at that. That is horrendous. So he doesn't have that much, there's not much of a mountain he has to climb, I don't think, in terms of getting his vision out there. So if it's somewhat decent, and if it's somewhat in line to what we're kind of used to him doing in terms of what he did at at where's that place, at Bottega Veneta, then it should be pretty much decent. I might take down the bitrate a little bit just so it kind of streams clear. I don't have any choppiness going on here. Let me just take it down to 360. Mess it, because this is it's fashion stuff anyway, so most of you will probably see the images later on after the time, so I might as well just take this down for now and have it maybe at 360 so it runs really smooth. What's the sound? Let's go back to live. What's the music saying? Cool. Got this nice atmospheric thing playing. You've got all the people walking in. You got Stormzy there dapping up the man them. Yes, I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be like you. Loads of that going on. Loads of well manicured beards. Loads of patterns. Oh, they provided, is that blankets they provided on the table? Okay, it's nice. There's lots of different styles or different colors of check and tartan on the seats already. So I wonder if that's already an inkling as to what we're going to get. But stage design wise, what do you mean volume? Live volume? How's that? What's wrong with my volume? Maybe I've got to lower this down a little bit. Actually, let me lower the music down a bit on this one. I'll lower the music down on this bit a little bit. But yeah, but big up Bronze Arms view. Then put that down a little bit, 50. Then put it to 50. Then 50. How's that? That probably might be better. Did I see? What did Bronze Arm view here say? Did I see the Kids Super Comedy Show? No, I haven't seen that yet. I'm probably gonna do that review later. I'm gonna do a random show later on today, and I'll be able to catch up on a lot of that stuff. There's another pretty decent Brendan Shaw bit interview that came out as well recently with a bit of catnip in it that I'm obviously going to check in and do it, so I'm definitely going to stand and do that as well. So if you want to hear the random show and you're here for the comedy stuff, then please come back like a few hours. I'll be able to do the random show, and I'll definitely kind of update you on a few of those things. There's a few bits and pieces I want to munch on. There's a few bits of orange chicken still ready to nibble on. So definitely check that out. I'll definitely review the Kid Super show and obviously this new Brendan Schaub review did on this random podcast. But going back to the show, just in terms of set, like I said before, there are blankets all over the chair, so I'm thinking it's going to be a lot more colourful than what we probably know Burberry to be. Because I for one, am a bit fed up of the tan. I'm not going to lie. Like, you look at some of the past collections here. I know this is Vogue.com, and they probably have to Vogue Runway. And they probably have to, do what they have to do in terms of putting out these fucking cover images, or maybe the brands choose them. But there's too much. There's a sea of tan. I just don't like it. It's just too much tan for me. So I want to see some color. I want to see they're obviously going to incorporate the check because that's just what they do. I just want to see it done in an interesting way, just more fresh. That's it, really. And then I'll be happy. That's it, really. Apart from that, I'm not really, like I said before, I just don't think he has that much of a hard mountain to climb. There's not much to really do there. As long as it's competent enough, it should be fine. You look back at that first runway collection of Bottega Veneta that he put together. I know a lot of that stuff was done in conjunction with flipping, what's his name? Matteo Blasi. I'm sure it was. But that first Bottega Veneta collection was so flipping hard that I doubt that, it was just done by Matteo Blasi alone. I'm sure it's a collaboration in two. So if he can do something along that kind of lines with that level of quality, then it should be pretty much fine. Actually, I might actually get that up now. Actually, let me just get that up. Let's go Bottega Veneta. Vogue Runway. Let's see what the vibe is, because that first collection from him was so good. It was absolutely dumb. I'm gonna say as a guess that it was 2019 or something, the first collection, the one that still people are like, really kind of whacking themselves over, and a lot of the stuff has kind of become grail pieces and whatnot. That stuff was so good. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was 2019. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe it was 2018. Let's see. I did guess. Let's see if my guess is completely right. But yeah, if he can, a little bit of this involved. Oh, let's go back there. A little bit of that, as you saw in 2021, would be so good if he does that for flipping Burberry going forward. But yeah, big up Ricey for actually recommending me to do this. So thank you for the suggestion. And you are right, I will be doing this more often in major live events. I think this is probably the way to go. Like, if I don't end up being lucky enough to go to flipping Paris when Pharrell debuts his collection, even if I don't go to show, just to kind of be there and live stream, then I definitely will still live stream, because I think that might be handy. But let me see if I guessed right. Daniel Lee's first collection on the runway with Bottega Veneta, when was it? Let me load up. It was this one, I remember. There we go. It was 2019. Wow, good memory, Agostino. So it was for Ready to Wear 2019. This is what I remember of seeing. This is my kind of first time being aware of what Daniel Lee was about, and his creative vision and how he's able to kind of put it together. And I think, if anything, in my opinion, this is what kind of revived Bottega Veneta. I don't think anyone was really kind of paying attention to the brand in that way. In the streets more so. I'm sure people in the fashion industry cared about it, but in the streets, I don't think so. So look at it. Look how hard this first collection was. Just as an overview, look at how hard that was. Those free opening looks are probably better than any free opening looks that what's his name, that Riccardo Tisci put together when he was at Burberry. Those free opening ones there, they're harder than anything. I'm actually going to check it to see. Let's see if this is true, but I bet you those free opening looks are better than the opening free looks of this Riccardo Tisci collection from spring 2023. It was so bad, man. And I kind of feel bad for Riccardo Tisci, because I'm a big fan of his. Like, I loved his hyper masculine flipping energy. No, the hyper masculine vision he had of Givenchy when he was there, right? Like, that was the first time I saw a really buff, in model terms. I guess normal terms are probably not as big, but compared to the twinks I was used to seeing walking the runway for Hedi Slimane show at Saint Laurent, and obviously now Celine, which I'm still a fan of, it was nice to see guys that look like they may do CrossFit, that may have run a 10k or two, that that do a bench press. That was quite nice to see. So let me actually check this and see if this is actually true, my suspicion. But I bet you the first three opening looks of Daniel Lee's first Bottega Veneta show were infinitely better than the first three. Of course, look at that. Look at how terrible the first three. This is the first three of Riccardo Tisci's last collection at Burberry, and then the first three of Daniel Lee's first collection at Bottega Veneta. You can't even. The levels are just unmatched. Oh, now they got this stupid thing that you have to pay. I fucking hate Vogue. But anyway, you get the drift, right? You get my drift. That's absolutely harder than hard. Oh, you got to pay on both of them now. I don't know why it does this. And every time I log in, it kind of tells me I still have to pay. So I don't know what this deal is. But anyway, let's go back to the live stream. Let's see what I go on. Vogue are just trying to steal all your flipping cash. Let's see what happens if I actually try to whatchamacallit, to log in, because last time I did this, it still made me say I have to subscribe. Unlock fashion latest for 12 plus unlimited. Or your subscribers sign in. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can sign in. I don't know why it does. Sometimes it kind of makes you, it forces you to log in, so you have to kind of log in or to kind of check the runway pics, and other times it just lets you do it. It really is incredibly annoying. I'm not going to lie. Let me sign in again on this one too. Bear with me 1 second while I get this done. So far, the show hasn't started yet anyway, so there is no delay to it just yet. So please bear with me if you don't mind. It's loading up now. Let's see what happens. I bet you any money this is gonna make me say I subscribe again. If Vogue Runway moves to a subscription only thing to view runway shows, I'm probably done. Or maybe it's doing it for like old shows. Like maybe if you view shows that are already live, it probably won't let you. It probably will let you kind of view them. Maybe it's something like, you know, once the time is gone, like, you know, the fashion week is kind of passed, because these are obviously from yesteryears. Maybe this is the reason why it's doing that. I'm not really too sure. Let's see what happens here. Let's just do continue. Let's see what the vibe is. Is it locking me out yet? No, it hasn't locked me out yet. Okay, see, there, it's back again. So anyway, whatever. Let's just go back to the screen where the flipping show is to see what it's saying. Put the sound on. Everyone's still sitting down. Let's see if we can spot anyone famous here. Anyone that I might know. Can't really tell from here to be too tough. Let me actually make this full screen too. Come on, let's go there. So yeah, you got a nice all black setting for the show. Loads of spotlights everywhere, so it looks like it's going to be without the theatrics of, you know, usual shows nowadays where there's loads of kind of bells and whistles. It's just going to be exactly what you see on the runway in terms of clothing. So maybe this is a some sort of subtle sign he's putting out there, a return to flipping the clothes and, you know, what it means to be a fashion with a capital F, creative director vibe kind of things. Maybe that's the vibe we're going for. It's absolutely rammed, isn't it? It's a big show. How many attendees is it? Maybe plus 1,000, isn't it? Jesus Christos. Yeah, I saw Jason Statham there as well. Yeah, I saw Jason. I saw him just before I went live. I saw him standing doing the model pose, grinning. That was quite nice. Looks like we might be starting soon, to be honest. Everyone's kind of behaving now. People are kind of stopped talking too much. The noise. Oh, interesting runway, isn't it? It's kind of spirals all around. So people are going to get a really close-up look of stuff. Oh, Thingy-Majig is there. What's his name? The right back for fucking Chelsea. Someone's wearing a scarf on their head like a babushka vibes. I'm sure there's other people here I mentioned too. But I can't know to see, but nice. I like the set design, I'm not gonna lie. I think that may be what is that name? That cassette player girl at the front here somewhere. I forgot her name again. Is it Carrie or Kari? Someone like that. A lot of Caucasian people though. That's for sure. I can see. They wanna return to Britishness, return to the heritage. Let's see Wagwan. We are now what? Officially 30 minutes late, but fashion shows are never on time anyway, so this isn't the biggest surprise, to be completely honest. Fashion shows are never ever on time. Yeah, Rachi, I don't think he needs to bring the heat. Like I said, there's not much to really, like, you know, do. There's not much competition really. As long as it's competent, it'll be okay. It just has to be like how Matteo Blatti's collection was at Bottega Veneta. It was a pretty decent first collection. It wasn't anything crazy. He didn't kind of try to reinvent the wheel. He just kind of, you know, went back to what they did prior and made it, you know, kind of luxed it up a little bit. If he does the same thing, he'll be fine. Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it does remind me a little bit of that as well. It's identical, yeah, true. Identical to the Kim Jones show. Sorry, Kim Jones last show with Thingamajiggy. Alright, let's see LV. Come on, son. But yeah, loads of blankets on the seats everywhere. Loads of different colours of tartan, it looks like, or that check pattern. And yeah, spotlights everywhere, all black, so definitely more of a focus on the clothes. No theatrics so far. No one moshing in the middle of the dance floor. Wow, that guy's got a shiny bald head, boy. God damn. Man's head is shiny. Okay, here we go. Shiny heads everywhere. Those are big jackets. People wearing their jackets inside, so I know it's cold in there. I know it's cold. It must be freezing in there. I wonder where it's taking place. I wonder if it's in if it's like a club venue or something. Like where the actual venue of it is. People on their phones. Look at that. Half an hour late, you know. Damn, son. I'm just going to Burberry Instagram to quickly check what they posted on there. Nothing more. Okay, they got the live show on there as well, but nothing crazy on Burberry Instagram. Actually, let me see what Charlie Porter's saying. He's a pretty decent person to follow and see what the vibe is. What's his name? Is it Charlie? There we go, Charlie Porter. What, is he there? No idea. He could be there, he could not be there. Who knows? Let's actually check the Burberry hashtag, see what that's saying. What's the Burberry hashtag saying? Okay, got bags, you follow them. There's a couple famous, I guess, K-pop singers there. Someone called... Who's this guy? Someone called Bright. Does anyone know someone called Bright? Who's Bright? Or Win? Okay, oh, Jesus, 17 million followers. I probably don't know this person, innit? Bright. Win, Meta Win. I have no idea who this person is, but yeah, big up Bright, big up Meta Win, who's hanging in there. He's doing it. Okay, cool. The stream is reloading now. Loads of Korean people. It looks like good K-pop guys, so it's going to be absolutely booming in there. Flash going off like crazy. Yeah, this Bright guy's massive, isn't he? He's everywhere. Oh, look at those lips. Hello. Here we go. Here we go. Starting now. Oh yeah, big up Rishi. Ah, thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man.
Supporting the channel here for support and love your commentary. Keep up the good. Thumbs up. Work, bro.
Big up you, Rishi. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $20 super chat. You're a ledge. Okay, starting now. Let's go. Come on, Daniel Lee. Give us something, brother. Come on, sir. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, all black. Look at that. I love this. Oh, that's hard. Okay, I'm already interested. The boots, the jacket. Yes, please. Oh. Is that like a felt velvet kind of collar? Wow. Oh, look at that trapper hat. That looks beautiful. Yo, it's choppy as hell, isn't it? It's not my stream, it's definitely them. Okay, now it's clearing up a little bit. Wow, look at that tartan print. I love this. There we go, some classic check. I guess for the first time so far. Maybe it's a 6th look in or 7th look in, so that's quite a good thing, I think, personally. We didn't get it super early. Oh, this is already 10 times better than fucking Ricardo Tisci. I'm sorry. I love you, Ricardo, but this is hard. Nice bit of tailor in there with the tartan print again. I like that blue and purple, whatever that is. Oh, look at that coat. Jesus, the outerwear is insane. Oh, I love the fluffy heels. Oh, look at that. We got a nice, I don't know, Vivian Westwood, Malcolm McLaren nod there with the bondage pants type thing. With the zips, I like that. Is that a rat's tail? Whoa. Bomber jacket in that print. It looks beautiful. I'm interested to see the footwear, of course, because that's going to be really strong and popular. Oh, look at that knit. Is that a long shirt? That long sleeve shirt is going to be, that is me all day long. That is lovely, isn't it? I wonder what that painting is. The backs look really cool. We've got some nice trainers here. Not a fan of that look, to be completely honest, but not mad at it. Yeah, that trapper hat, whatever that is banging. Oh, I love that yellow. Reminds me of a look that was in the Proenza Schola, how you pronounce the flipping name. I like that as well. That bag is pretty decent. It's very relaxed so far. The heels and that look is incredible. Interesting bits of hardware. Oh, look at that bag. All fur on the outside. Lovely. Oh, there's a hint of that classic green pop that Daniel Lee's kind of known for. He kind of slipped that in there. Maybe that's a code. I'm not really sure, but that's lovely. Bit of that neon green pop there. Everything's kind of super relaxed, really chill. Yeah, that long sleeve shirt will be mine. Whatever that is, that t-shirt, that is mine. With the kilt look as well. Oh, look at that. That yellow is gorgeous. Yeah, it's kind of Bottega-esque, but it's kind of really fresh too. Because I would argue some of Daniel Lee's last collections for Bottega Veneta before he left, like specifically that one that he did in Berghain, was horrible. Personally for me, I feel like the break probably did him well. Oh, that bag is lovely. That break probably did him well in terms of refreshing his creative juices or somewhat, and going back to the archives, resetting things and coming anew. Because he was pumping out the collections, isn't it, when he was blowing up at Bottega. That hat has to be mine. Has to be. Let me just see who the sneakers are by the way. I wonder if they're a collab, if they're like an in-brand thing. It would be a bit much to probably launch a collection of sneakers with a flipping collab, wouldn't it? I've not really seen any famous faces in terms of models, so this is probably, I think it's a good thing, because again the focus goes back to their clothes. The accessories look really strong. The outerwear looks really strong. Those boots are nuts. I'm a big fan of them. I saw them in the first look. The shapes are lovely, really relaxed and cozy and comfy looking. Nothing too constrained. Like the use of tartan as well. The print is very, very well done. Like that knit. That knit is beautiful. Oh, that's a famous person, right? Who's that? That's what's her name? Isn't that someone? I forgot her name. What model? What daughter she is though? My knowledge of models is not great. But the shapes are lovely. The patterns are really well done. Very subtle. Like look at that blanket. That blanket look is lovely with the bee. Like just very well done. Horrendous look, that girl. She's got a horrendous walk though, whoever she is. Wow, amazing. Yeah, the trapper hat with the one thing is really interesting. I wonder if it's a snaps back at it, or if it's just like a one little strap on the side. I wonder what that detail is about. Because usually with trapper hats, they kind of come over your ears also. But for some reason, the Burberry one only has one ear thing. I wonder if that's the other flap is stuck to the back like a magnet, or if it's just the design that he chose. Look, some nice fun things with the duck. I wonder what the duck is about. Maybe it's something to do with Burberry. History, I'm not too sure. Oh, that's a good look. That is, isn't it? I like that. That's a very good look there with the yellow and the brown. This kid's feeling himself, smiling at the camera. I'm not mad at that. You have to feel yourself walking on this show. Nice use of layering here also. I love this. The styling is really good. The casting is really awesome too, I feel like. Some of these kids have got a lot of attitude, a lot of spunk. Look at these bags. So well done. We like it, all of it. The fluffy shoes included. That shirt is really nice. Reminds me of like, I don't know, Roberto Cavalli or something. I remember they used to make those combat pants with like leaves all over them on the side. They were pretty nice. Or Maharishi shit. Oh, look at that coat. Nice little dress also there. The soundtrack is really nice. The soundtrack is giving Fortet in it, but I'm a little bit bored of Fortet, but it's giving it. It's giving Fortet. Hope it's not Benji B or something, because that nigga's boring as hell. Hope it isn't him, but it's probably one of those guys involved in it. Nice dress as well again here. That duck hat is really cool. I'm not mad at that at all. The duck hat I'm not mad at all. Roses are always blue or something, right? Oh, that shirt is really nice. The pants are lovely too. How many looks is it going to be? I think it's going to be 100, right? What are we going to say? Probably 100 looks. Maybe more. Oh, look at that trench. That reminds me of a Prada collection, actually. Very nice. It's like I guess like a long, what is it, like a Macintosh, basically, technically it'll be, right? I think so. Yeah, those riding boots are the pièce de résistance. Those thigh-high riding boots are gonna be the ones. Feels like everyone's got to do a good boot. Yeah, that Macintosh kind of number is really nice, actually. So is that dress. That's really cool. Especially the shape of them as well. Not too over-exaggerated, not too slim. Yeah, see the trapper hats, definitely, that's a style he's done. Where he has the flap going on one side. Because usually they go on both sides, so it must be just a little styling hit. Maybe it is a styling hit, because I think one was the left, one was the right, so it probably is something that you could probably put down if you wanted to. But yeah, people are laughing at the hot water bottles, man. Don't be mad at the Burberry hot water bottles, because I'm rocking that thing. I don't want to buy some hot water bottle from Amazon. I want my thing to have a print on it. I want to have it made in England with a tag. I want, so when I hold it, people that know that I've got a flipping £1,000 water bottle in my arm as I pop down to the shops to go get a couple of bagels. That's what I want. I want to be cozy and I want to floss. Ooh, this looks good. The model and the clothes look amazing, actually. Very well put together. The casting is really good. Whoever did the casting smashed it. The styling is on point. I'm not mad at it at all. I would love to know who the stylist is. The accessories look banging. The shapes are really good. The use of the check is really subtle, but also not too much in your face. Just really good clothes, really, at the heart of it. I think unless you actually knew about fashion, you probably wouldn't be able to tell this is Burberry. You probably say, okay, this is just a good collection. You know, some bits here and there. You know what I mean? I think that's a good sign. Personally, anyway, I think that's a good sign. Look. And I have a feeling people there should be generally impressed. You should be anyway. That coat is also nice. Again, materials I'm not really too sure if this is all going to be velvet, pile, fur. Oh, are we done already? Okay, cool. So we're done. So that was, how long was that? That was like 15 minutes. Unless there's more looks coming out. Okay, I think we're rounding up now. The accessories are really nice. Bags. Plum, that purple is beautiful. Yeah, that Macintosh jacket is hard as nails. I just hope we don't see too many collaborations. Please, no fucking Burberry and Palace and stuff. Like, please, just stick to the clothes for a long while. Unless you get to flip, and I mean, like, hoping this doesn't turn into a flipping incubator for a million fucking collaborations under the sun. Let's get a few collections out before we start doing that. But yeah, I think we're done in it. Okay, pretty quick, short and sweet. Yeah, that first look I think set the tone for me. No check, no obvious tartan, but also the hints of his green. People clapping. The hints of that green were popping. People clapping. See, I think people are impressed. They know what I want. We're clapping, man. Clapping for the fashions. The soundtrack is hard as well. Let's not lie. I like that. Let's see. I want to see what the invitation looks like. Who did it? Let me see what Brian Boy is saying. I don't really follow any fashion people to know what it looks like. Let's see what Brian Boy is saying. That trapper hat is definitely the hardest thing for me, personally. I love that trapper hat. Oh, nice. Yeah, that first look set the tone for me. That first look was the one that got it popping. And all the tan came after, which I didn't even clock later on. This is going to look really fresh popping off the Vogue runway look. Honestly, it's going to look really good. Okay, look, man. Daniel Lee may be a lot of things, isn't it, right? He may be somebody that has a tendency to let the N-word slip when he gets angry in a team meeting, right? Allegedly, who knows? But there's no denying the guy knows how to put collections together. Let's not lie about that. And I think the break that he had in between, the enforced break he had in between, did him good. He recharged his batteries, refreshed his creative juices, probably went out there and lived a little bit, got in touch with people, probably lived just in London, just going out and around town, hanging about, seeing what the vibe is, and just probably caught some inspiration. Burberry presented him with a job, and he's like, you know what, let's go back and dial this back in. And here he is presenting this cool show. And if anything, Burberry's a perfect brand for him to, or house for him to kind of bounce back from the Bottega Veneta thing as well, because there's a lot of, you know, you'd imagine youth culture attached to it, culture in general, art, history, you know, fashion, music. It's all tied into the, you know, the idea of Britishness, Englishness, whatever you want to call it, and what Burberry's trying to push now in terms of being some sort of a multicultural Gen Z sort of zeitgeist thing. This is the perfect brand for him in this time, you'd imagine. Will he come down the end of the runway and say something and clap for his fans or something? But honestly, I'm generally impressed. I didn't, to be fair, I didn't think he was going to do crap anyway. Like, my opinions about him as a person aside, the guy's clearly a talent. Like, there's no doubt about that. What he done at Burberry in particular in such a short time showed you what, you know, what he can do. He created a whole world there that basically Bottega Veneta is still continuing on with. So clearly he's got an eye. But I just thought he might get, you know, maybe get a bit overall, do the whole thing and start doing what everyone else did and start just sending out tan look after tan look. But clearly he knows what he's doing, so he smashed it. But again, I'm not surprised. I knew this was going to be decent. I think it'll be this good. People, what's that? Richie saying it's 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'd probably give it about that. 8 out of 10 probably quite a good rating. So some room for improvement, of course, in everything. But 8 out of 10 is a solid. That was a solid debut. Solid debut. Is he going to come out at the end? Is he going to come out? Is he going to come out? Is he going to come out or not? Show us your little face. Come on, you little ginger. Come on. There you go. Look at him. Hey. Little cutie. He's got a bit of wham as well, isn't it? A little bit stronger looking wise. Okay, cool. I'm not mad at that. I'm not going to lie. I am not mad at that at all in the slightest. That was very enjoyable. The Fortet soundtrack was also not too bad. I'm not going to lie. I actually enjoyed that. I was just happy, you know, Picard didn't jump up on the screen and start doing flipping, you know, that faux Cockney accent singing shit. I've not got time for that one. But yeah, big up Daniel Lee. That was absolutely entertaining and very, very well put together. I'm going to check Burberry now. I mean, Vogue.com now, but it's unlikely they're going to have the collection up already, are they? It's impossible that they do that so quickly. Or maybe they were uploading it live at the same time, which I also doubt. But let's just double check, because you never know with these things. You never know. But yeah, that was awesome. I enjoyed it, man. And for all intents and purposes, he's moved back to London as well. If I'm not mistaken, reading that article, he moved back to London. He's settling down there with his partner and whatnot, and actually, you know, planting his roots here. So for sure, I'm thinking over time the show's going to get even stronger and stronger once he kind of dials it in. But the things I was greatly impressed about was the lack of tan, the focus on the clothes. Just a set or alone was really refreshing. All black with the spotlights just kind of beaming on the runway, with it kind of zigzagging in between all the guests. The use of color was done really well. There's a nice use of check I liked as well. The shapes and the proportions were clearly on point with what's kind of going on culturally in terms of those big, boxy, exaggerated sizes or shapes overall. Nothing too clingy or close or tight or restricting. I felt that was done really awesome. And even some of the stuff, there was a couple of looks that had a couple of really tight long sleeve turtleneck type of tops on, and even that was done really well. It's kind of done in an interesting way. It wasn't just done in a stereotypical kind of way. I actually like that kind of balance, that kind of clash over there. The accessories look brilliant. I think loads of those bags are going to do absolutely bits with people that love to, you know, buy designer bags. I saw bits and pieces with some fur, with some crazy kind of feathers kind of hanging off of them. The footwear looks interesting, but again, I didn't get a closer look in it, so it's a bit hard to kind of judge there. And what else I liked? Blah 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 blah. You should check. Oh, and also the models. The casting was brilliant without including too many celebs. I don't think there was one celeb person on the runway, which is decent. I don't think he does that anyway. He doesn't actually have like, he would never have a skeptic walking the runway, but you obviously have him sit in front row. But I just think the temptation probably would be there as your first show back to really kind of, break the internet and have some, big person walk the show, but he didn't. His real focus was always on the clothes. And I don't know if that's him on purpose doing that, if it's the brand telling him to do that, but I have a feeling it's him because of what happened at Bottega. He probably wants to kind of, remind people about, what time, people like me who are doubting him, maybe to remind them like, hey, you guys, I know you may not like what I allegedly may have done or may have said in that meeting, but let's not lie. I know how to put clothes together. And, he clearly did show us that he knows what when it comes to putting clothes together. There's no doubt about that one. So far, we've got no update, I don't think, on here to see if there was a if it has been updated. I don't think so. No, I can't see anything on Vogue.com if it's been updated so far. Let's just check just quickly, just in case, if this is the case. But I don't think it's updated already. I need a whole new word to change everything in my life. Annie, no. Now this stuff is only for redacted people, man. Don't get drawn in or pulled into this fashion world. It's gonna zap you of all your money, and it's gonna have you looking at yourself like doubly hard if you already do already. It's kind of like a two-edged sword in that regard. It's good because you end up looking after yourself and end up kind of caring about what you wear, but on the other side you end up spending way too much time and money on frivolous things, if anything, and you end up being like me, where you end up buying like 17 of the same camo jacket because you are in your head you think like each pattern is distinctly different and the shape is, when really and truly to the naked eye of regular people they just see 17 different camo jackets when you can probably tell them by the brand based off their camera print. So be careful getting into this fashion thing. If you are going to get into it, be very careful because it will end up consuming your entire life. I know it has done with me, and it probably has done it for others also. But let me just double check this and see if they have uploaded the Burberry show on there. Let's see what's the deal. Oh, it's up there. What? That's super fast. Holy shit. God damn it, that's quick. They live. Okay, so this must have been done in conjunction. This definitely must have done in conjunction with Burberry. They must have worked together with Vogue because I've never seen Vogue upload a collection this quickly in my entire life. I swear to God. Let's see how many looks there were overall. It felt like to me it was like 100, but maybe it was less than that. Oh yeah, it was 25. No way. Okay, I think it's still loading. Probably that's probably why. Let's just take a bird's eye look on them overall and see what the vibe is saying. Let's just scan across here. So for me, if you're telling me opening looks, that might be one of the strongest opening looks. And again, this is going back to what I said about opening 3 looks on Bottega Veneta. Like you go back to the first collection that he did, that I remember doing or that I remember seeing, that 2019 one. Let's just quickly refresh this and you can get a snapshot of it. But you remember seeing how hard this was, so it's probably no surprise that he kind of sets a good precedent going forward. As you can see here, let's scroll down a little bit and roll. Yeah, see the first 3 there are really hard as well. So clearly my man knows what he's doing when it comes to that sort of stuff. So big up him on that one. So if we go back to the Burberry show, is that one? No, it's this one actually. I think it's this. So no, it's that one. What people saying in chat? No, we don't need celebs on the runway because who was that guy in them horrible Gucci show post Alejandro? All the kids said Kai. Oh, see, he does it again, man. God damn it. Oh, this subscribing thing is long. I'm not paying $12. I'm not paying anything. I'm sorry. This is just not happening in the slightest. Let's see if Now Fashion has anything on it. So I know WWD magazine is going to make me subscribe. Let's see what Now Fashion is saying. But I'm not paying. I refuse. I'm not paying anything. And also Show Studio. Maybe Show Studio will have something up. But I'm not subscribing to jack shit. I don't subscribe to Business of Fashion. Don't subscribe to Vogue. No subscribing. I already spend flipping enough money on these bloody brands. I'm not fucking subscribing to these publications to get pictures and shit. When someone's just going to upload it all for free on flipping, on Instagram soon anyway. Like, what the hell would I be doing that for? Come on now. Let's see here. Designer collection. Okay, cool. Nothing so far. Are we going to think on Burberry? Yeah, there we go. This Burberry. Let's see what Show Studio have saying. Nothing on there. Burberry, nothing. Let's go on Now Fashion. Let's see what they're saying. Is Now Fashion gone? Does it not exist anymore? Oh shit, the website's gone. There's no Now Fashion anymore. Okay, it's called Door 11. Door 11. Okay. Barbie Long, can you go and fuck yourself, please? Is that possible? Vogue is done. Is done. KMT. Exactly. When did Vogue change to like subscription model? Like what is this life, man? Okay, cool. Damn, man. Door 11 have only got shows up until yesterday, so Door 11's funding is, not all there at the moment, unfortunately. And Show Studio doesn't have Burberry up yet. And who else? That's it, right? Oh God, how annoying is this? How absolutely annoying. Oh, the only option I could do this, innit? I could actually go to is it archive? Yeah, maybe this will work. Let's see. Let's see if we do archive.org. Maybe this might work. Maybe let's see if we archive.org thing. Maybe this will work. We put it into this machine and see if this kind of gives us the ability to kind of just get it without having that fucking dumbass pop-ups jump up at us. Let's see what I want. This page not available on the web. Oh, well, of course it's not available. Well, of course not. Because it's just, or maybe we can search it on thing and it can come up as a cache on Google. Let's see what happens there. Let's see here. The double dots, isn't it right? The three dots. Let's click this and it should come up as a cache, right? But the results. Okay, nope, that's not the one. Unfortunately. Oh, this is so annoying, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie, this is absolutely the worst. But hey, we saw the show regardless. It's probably gonna be uploaded on the Instagram pretty shortly, I'm assuming, right? Burberry, I don't know, Burberry Instagram. Let's see what that's saying. Just want to take one final look at the fucking stuff, if that's okay with you. Just give me one look, please. One final look, and I'll leave you alone. That's all I want. Just give me one final look. Come on, guys. Come on, fashion people. Give me one look. It's not that difficult. What's it saying here? Oh, nothing uploaded on this thing as well. Like, oh, annoying. Cool. All right. Well, you saw it anyway. We all saw it, right? You saw it. I saw it. We all saw it. It was absolutely banging. I enjoyed it. I thought it was an 8 out of 10. As others have mentioned in the chat, I thought it was definitely on that level for me. And I'm eager to see what more the guy has to put forward. I really, really, really am eager to see what more he has to put forward. There's going to be loads of other bits and pieces, I'm assuming, that are going to be done as well. Activation things. I'm sure we're going to see a Burberry boiler room. I just have a feeling that's going to happen. There's probably going to be some sort of RA thing going on. There's probably going to be something tied in with flipping. What's that site called again? Dezeen. There might be something to do with Tate Modern. I'm interested to see all that stuff, like artist collabs, the collabs in general. Please don't give us Palace just yet. Please allow it with the collaborations. I beg of you, Burberry, do not do that. I know it's tempting. It will be. I don't want to see no Palace collabs. I don't want to see no Aries collabs. I don't want to see jack shit. I just want to see them do what they're doing, and then hunker down, get some collections out, and then let us enjoy that vision for the for the first few seasons. And then later on, if you want to hoard a thing out and do loads of collaborations, cool. I'm interested to see what they do actually with collabs in terms of footwear, because I can't think of many. Having said that, yeah, I can't think of many Burberry collab sneakers. I don't think if you guys can. I can't think of many, like with sportswear brands. So I wonder if that's a thing that they purposely don't do, or they just never have gotten around to doing. I'm not too sure, but I'm interested to see who they go with. Will they go with Adidas? Will they go with Nike? Will they pick something different and just stick with Reebok? That might be an interesting thing. They may decide to go in collaboration with Reebok and just do like a whole, separate little side project collection thing with a sneaker brand where they kind of put out different shoes, similar to what Rick Owens was doing with Adidas earlier on, and now what he's doing now with Converse, right, where he is able to kind of make shoes from the ground up with Converse, and not just stuff that's based on like a standard Converse 60s or whatnot, or Converse All-Star. Sorry, you just see what goes on there. Maybe it's a Vans, who knows? Maybe something completely different that we don't understand. Maybe it's like a Stepney Workers Club or something. Those kind of startup footwear brands, or their smaller labels. Obviously musical collabs, which is just to see activations, store redesigns. Also, what they're gonna do there with the stores. Are they going to prioritize, selling the main collections in their retail stores only, or would it be a thing where they'll be willing to work with retailers like Essence, Dover Street, and Selfridges and all those other places, and Harrods and whatnot, to kind of, carry on telling that creative message all around? What else they be doing? I'm thinking that I'm looking forward to collabs, retail activations, and just overall the collection. In I just want to see how it evolves and grows over time, because I really like that first debut so far. I like what he put out. I like the vision around it. I like the feel around it, and I also just like the lack of bells and whistles and extravagancies. It's just all about the clothes, and that was absolutely, legitimately a super refreshing thing to see. I'm not gonna lie, especially when you think about how tempting and easy it could have been to have gone the other way and just put out whatever just for the sake of making sure people see that you've gone viral or whatnot. It was good to see that he didn't do that. So big up him and what he did there going forward. I'm really, 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 really a fan of that. What's you're gonna see here? There's not much else I can kind of figure out here. What you're saying here? I'm sorry, 12-foot ladder. How do you feel about Kim Jones Mendior losing its spark? Yeah, Kim Jones is to me, in my opinion, as much as I love Kim Jones as a creative and I love him as a visionary and as somebody who's just like a good, I don't know, idea communicator. I don't know how that makes sense, but I just like his ability to like create across different sort of platforms and stuff and planes, whatever that means. But I'm a big fan of that. But I always thought in general Kim Jones's fashion stuff was always grossly overrated. I felt like he's kind of a bit of a one-trick pony. If anything, he kind of reminds me of like a British Raf Simons. Like Raf Simons in his own label. Raf Simons under Prada is really good. Raf Simons under his own label, it's all kind of samey. A lot of bomber jackets. There's a lot of that same kind of top that Raf Simons does with the kind of really long sleeves and really tight on the body. There's a lot of the same silhouette on the shoes with the chunky sole. Like Kim Jones has the same sort of notes going on all over the place, and that kind of tan grey-ish type of color that Kim Jones is obsessed with. The bomber jackets, of course. The backpacks, the hats, like it's all really odd. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like an undercover collection that just doesn't end. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's just really strange for me personally. And even though the themes around it are really good, because he's well traveled, he's well read. Kim Jones, he kind of has a real big overarching theme across all his collections. They're very immersive. The last one he did wasn't in Egypt or something, right? Like he's really, really about kind of placing his collections in a place and making sure that there's a theme around it, there's a vision, there's a world all around it. But overall, the clothes themselves on the runway, personally for me, it just get very, very tiring and very, very samey. The only one show that I really love from him actually might have been one of the first ones, or the ones where on at Dior, where everyone was sort of like on how do you call it, like a moving platform, the ones that you get kind of in the airport, and they had those amazing suits that kind of tucked into scarves that went underneath them. That was exquisite, that collection, whatever that year was. Actually, let me try and see if I can get it up here. That was my favorite one, Dior Vogue Runway. That definitely was my favorite of his so far. But the rest of them, yeah, I'm not into it. No, thank you. No, thank you at all. Let me see if I can get it here. Yeah, Christian Dior. Let's see if we can get it up on here. Yeah, that conveyor belt show. That's the one. That conveyor belt show for me was the best one that I've seen Kim Jones do. But the rest, no, thank you. No mass. Jesus Christ, the amount of slows they put out, it's pretty much insane. Actually, I'm on the wrong one anyway, innit? I should be on the men's. This is a women's. I'm pretty sure, right? I'm on the wrong one. I'm pretty sure I'm on the wrong one. Let's see, Dior Men's Vogue Runway. There you go, Dior Men Collection. There we go. Let's take away this one. We don't need that anymore. So let's see what that conveyor belt one was. But that was, to me, was my favorite for sure. And since then, it hasn't really had that same level of spark. So it may be, off the top of my head, it's not none of these ones. So it's got to be more. Let me let this load a little bit. It's not any of these, but yeah, look at just the shapes, everything. Look, like silhouette shapes, and see that color that I keep telling you, that grayish, whatever that color. He's obsessed with that color. He loves this color, this one, whatever that color is here. See this, It's 1, 2, 3. Whatever that tone of hue or cream or grey is, he fucking loves it. And for me, no mass. Let's see here. Show more. What show was it? What show was it? What show was it? With the conveyor belt. Come on, come on, come on. Let me see if my knowledge is good with the capital K. Where is it? I think it's that one, wasn't it? Is it this one? No, it's not that one. It was darker than that. There we go. That's the one. For 2019. This is the one. That to me was the best one. I felt like show that he's put together so far at Dior. That 419, 29. They were like on this conveyor belt. Some of the tailoring on that was just so good. Like I said, the scarf, the kind of the scarves that went inside the jacket and underneath. I don't click it because it's gonna make me flip and subscribe again. But that to me was a flipping exquisite. And the rest of them was like all a bit samey, all a bit, whatever. Kind of got a bit boring over time. Okay, so the Dior Dunks came out in 2020. I feel like they came out sooner than that. I didn't know that. Okay, cool. The Dior Jordan Dunks came out 2020, but yeah, everything else has been kind of boring, a little bit kind of samey. So I'm not surprised the sales have dipped if that is true. I'm not surprised. But anyway, that has been for me the Burberry show for winter. 2023. I'm sure most of you enjoyed your time here, sitting down, hearing me talk my crap concerning all things flipping Burberry. I'm eager to see what it ends up looking like in terms of people wearing them in real life and whatnot, what that looks like, and everything else that goes into making a collection going forward. I'm interested to see what that's going to look like for sure. I cannot wait for that going forward. So yeah, cannot wait. And we'll just kind of keep an eye on things as it kind of goes on and progresses. But yeah, Daniel Lee's debut at Burberry was very good, very stellar. 8 out of 10 for me. I very much enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see more from him. But yeah, until next time, my friends, we'll keep doing some more. I think the next one I'm gonna definitely have lined up is the Pharrell debut at Louis Vuitton, which is happening in June. So keep an eye out for that one if you're interested. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon. But until then, take care, my friends. Peace. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.